Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Laila Istianah, NPM 1916041074. From regular class B, majoring in State Administration, University of Lampung. Here I will present the result of my analysis taken from the topic of public administration problems, namely about the quality of public service in Indonesia, to fulfill the English language skill final semester examination assignment.
The theory of state administration teaches that the state government essentially carries out two main types of function, namely the regulatory function and the service function. The regulatory function is usually associated with the essence of the modern state as a legal state, while the service function is associated with the essence of the state as a welfare state. One of the most important needs of the community is the quality of public service. The quality of public service will always be interesting to study and discuss, because society is always advancing dynamics. Science and technology are always developing rapidly. According to the Ministry of Home Affairs, one-stop integrated service institutional development, that public service is a public service, and the definition of public service is a process of assisting others in contact with the required sensitivity and interpersonal relationship to get satisfaction and success. Every service produces a product, but in the form of goods and services. Since the implementation of regional autonomy, public service have become a hot topic of discussion, because public services are one of the variables that measure the success of the implementation of regional autonomy. If the public service provided by the local governments are good or quality, the implementation of regional autonomy can be said to be successful. In addition to being imperative for the governments or local governments to improve the quality of various services provided to the community, the issue of the quality of public service is also triggered by the influence of change in the paradigms of administrative science, including global changes that have occurred in various parts of life and in various parts of the world. New Public Service or NPS as the newest paradigm of states or public administration puts public service as the main activity of states or regional administrators. One of the core principles of NPS is how public administrators articulate and share the interests of citizens. There are still many weaknesses in public service by government officials so that they cannot meet the quality expected by the community. This is encouraged by the fact that there are still various complaints from the public that are conveyed through the mass media, so that it can create a bad image of the government's efforts. Various policies have been issued by the government in order to improve the quality of public service. In line with this, the Ministry of State Affairs, Empowerment and Bureaucratic Reform has also found that the quality of public service in government agencies is still weak and half-hearted. DVD for Public Service Ministry of State Affairs Empowerment (OPAN) admitted that the public service provided to the community so far still have many weaknesses and shortcomings that need to be improved. According to him, almost all government agencies provide public service to the public through one-stop service or what is commonly called one-stop integrated service. However, there are still many irregularities in the implementation and seem half-hearted. In the case of licensing, for example, many people complain about the difficulty of obtaining a permit. Several factors cause the absence of adequate service to the community, namely 1. Lack of employee awareness of the duties or obligations that are their responsibility. 2. Insufficient employee income to meet the needs of life even though it is minimal. 3. Inadequate ability of employees for the tax assigned to them. 4. The unavailability of adequate service facilities. 5. The existing system, procedure, and work methods are inadequate so that the work mechanism does not work as expected. 6. Delays in public service are not only caused by poor service delivery methods at the lowest levels, but also due to poor work procedure within the organism. 7. The causes of obstacles to improving the quality of public service cannot be separated from the system and work mechanisms that are applied in our government bureaucracy. To provide better public service, efforts need to be made to understand attitudes and change in the public own interest. Change in the work life that are supposed to have a rapid effects on change in attitudes and behavior in society in general. Assessment of service quality is not based on recognition from the provider of the service, but is given by the subscriber or the party receiving that service. Quality service, according to Osborne and Gabler in Pasolong, has characteristics such as 1. Not procedural or bureaucratic, 2. Distributed, 3. Decentralized, 4. Customer-oriented. In principle, every public service must always be upgraded in accordance with the wishes of the service user community. However, the reality is to make improvements to the quality of public service is not sometimes easy. There are many types of public service in the country with various kinds of problems and costs that vary greatly from one another. So it is necessary to find a method that is able to answer these problems. The government should adopt a paradigm customer driving, oriented to the interests of the community in providing service to the wider community, preparing all instruments to fulfill this paradigm systematically, since input, process, output, threshold, or impact, so as to create quality public service, which wherever possible tangible, reliable, responsive, safe, and full of empathy in its implementation.